try to remember yourself at the age of 7. What were you like? Recall your most vivid memories from that time. What was happening? How did you feel? If you can't seem to remember, look for your old childhood photos, because that's exactly what photos are for. They preserve the most interesting and vivid events. That's what today's video is about. Old photographs. You will definitely be amazed, so make sure to watch this video until the very end. Wind in the Sail, around the 1960s, photograph by Jacques-Henri Lartigue. In the mid-80s, a scene from a medical sobering-up station was captured in the USSR. The photo shows a drunken woman being detained on the street. The policeman has a mysterious smile. Actor Ron Storm, right. In the Toilet, August 6, 1970, United Kingdom. He typically played female roles. The first woman officially participating in the Boston Marathon, 1967. Catherine Switzer was only 20 years old when she decided to challenge the norms and rules. At that time, women were not allowed to participate in this race. Chelyabinsk City, Russian Empire, 1913. This photo looks like a scene from a movie about daredevil stunts, but it's a reality from 1935. The photo shows engineers and workers standing inside a giant section of a water pipeline, suspended high above a canyon during the construction of the legendary Hoover Dam in the US. No safety gear, no helmets, just suits, felt hats, and a composed look into the camera. What do you think is shown in this photo? Our minds today are highly distorted, and many people have inappropriate thoughts when they see this image. But it is nothing more than an oral cavity X-ray machine, and the photo was taken around 1920. When the world started smoking cigarettes and heading toward death from tobacco, athletes considered cigarettes as performance enhancers. They were thought to open up the lungs and make pedaling faster. Tour de France participants weren't an exception, thinking that smoking on the route opened their lungs so they would light up before climbing hills. Their lungs did open, but not in spring. They developed lung cancer. The 1927 Tour de France. American strongman Ben Darwin demonstrates the power of his hair by moving a 2.5-ton car. New York, 1925. A lesser-known fact is that in India, Mahatma Gandhi is respected not only for working with his head, but also with his hands. When the British imprisoned Gandhi in 1932, the nationalist leader spun thread using a charkha, a portable spinning wheel. Later, Gandhi encouraged his countrymen to make their own homemade fabrics instead of buying British goods. A courier from one of Tokyo's restaurants delivers orders by bicycle, Japan, 1932. Umayyad Charles River in Boston, 1908. Harry Houdini in chains before jumping from the Harvard Bridge. This legendary photo captures an iconic moment from Harry Houdini's career, preparing for one of his most dangerous stunts, jumping into icy water, chained and handcuffed. "Death is my main audience," said Houdini. This shot proves he played this game for real. It used to be easy to buy things now banned by law. The photo shows women buying cocaine on the streets of Berlin, Germany, 1929. Lester's ventriloquist dummy accused of killing 3 people, USA, 1924. During the performance, 3 elderly women died from laughter. When the police arrived, witnesses claimed it was the dummy speaking. The ventriloquist's lips didn't move. Lester was never proven guilty, but the dummy was taken into custody and a file opened on it. A desperate message on a poster written by a man who lost everything during the economic crisis. Millions of people were left on the streets without work or food, while social assistance was nearly non-existent. A child's dream of an adventurous engineer. This remarkable photo captures an experimental scooter with a primitive jet propulsion system. 1931. The world had yet to know jet fighters or space rockets, but some enthusiast was already attempting to apply this technology for everyday commuting. These 19th century photographs illustrate various levels of intoxication, 1860s. A downcast Ugandan ambassador at a UN General Assembly session, 1974. The funeral of a squirrel, 1850. A charming retro photo captures a flirtatious moment between a man and a woman trying to handle a bicycle. The girl in a light dress and stockings with garters leans awkwardly over the handlebars, while her elegant companion carefully supports her. Perhaps it's just an attempt to learn to ride, or maybe a clever excuse for flirting. The atmosphere of the 1920s to 30s makes the shot even more charming, filling it with the spirit of retro romance. Merchants selling human meat. This photo shows a couple from the Russian Empire. During the famine in the winter of 1921, they were forced to sell human remains at the market. At that time, the country was gripped by a devastating famine, and people would do anything to survive. This photo is a masterpiece capturing a warm and expectant moment. A man holds a puppy behind his back, while a little boy stands in front of him, unaware of the surprise. The craftiest dress merchant in history. In 1925, a Belgian shop owner couldn't sell his goods to women. Nothing helped. No street ads, no newspaper notices. Women didn't want his dresses. So, the tired and angry Belgian hung dresses and coats all over a multi-story building overnight to attract attention. The frightened townspeople called the police. The sight of officers removing the cursing merchant from the roof through a sea of dresses attracted the whole town. The goods were sold out in a couple of hours, and the merchant wasn't arrested. Farmer Mrs. Maud Lee and her daughter Pat enjoy breakfast with their pet sheep named Betty. England, 1949. Bicycles designed for riding on railway tracks. Pellston, Michigan, 1910. The beautiful Corin Speyer Rotzifer, Miss World, 1959. A Japanese brothel in 1890. The first photograph arrived in Japan in 1890, giving us this unique image. Brothels in Japan, like samurais and sake, were a national tradition. As soon as the Portuguese opened Japan in the 16th century and managed to penetrate the country, they began visiting geishas in brothels. The incredible boundaries and ancient Japanese art of pleasure drove devout Christians insane and gave charming geishas syphilis. Grandmothers with tattoos. The photo shows elderly women with tattoos, a cultural tradition among Croatian Catholics in the region. Central Bosnia, around 1930. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. If you'd like, you can give a like. Also, be sure to check out our other collections of amazing photos. Have a great day.